why Matthew wrote this gospel. And of course, why does he start this book with a genealogy that could put some modern day readers to sleep? You see, Matthew was not only one of Jesus' 12 disciples, but he was also a Jewish tax collector, which at that time, he was not well liked by his peers, not because he was Jewish, but because he was a tax collector. When Matthew wrote this eyewitness account detailing the life and ministry of Jesus Christ, he wrote this particularly to an audience of his religious peers. He wrote this gospel to the Jewish people primarily to prove one thing. He wanted to prove that Jesus was indeed the Messiah, that the Jewish people have been historically looking for, and the one that will fulfill the prophecies of the Old Testament. For over 400 years before Jesus' birth, the Jewish people were waiting on a leader that would liberate them from Roman oppression and bring on a new kingdom for them to flourish. The Old Testament prophet Isaiah predicted in the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6, of the birth of the Jewish nation's future Prince of Peace. He said, quote, "For a child will be born for us, a son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace." He continued in the next verse, quote, "The dominion will be vast, and his prosperity will never end. He will reign on the throne of David and over his kingdom to establish and sustain it with justice and righteousness from now on and forever. The zeal of the Lord of armies will accomplish this." That was a requirement for the Messiah to be the Messiah for the Jewish people. This helps us better understand why Matthew started his gospel with a genealogy showing that Jesus not only was a direct descendant of King David, as predicted in Isaiah's prophecy, but Jesus, the future crucified, quote, King of the Jews, also was a direct descendant of Abraham, the father of all Jews. Matthew shared this genealogy to prove to Jewish readers that indeed the long-awaited Messiah has come in Jesus of Nazareth.